Hello everybody, my name is After, and today we're going to be no-damaging all the boss fights in the amazing Spider-Man 1 on superhero difficulty, starting off with S01, a Sentry Spider Slayer sent by Smythe. Okay, so let's talk about this fight. Well, it's a giant Metal Gear. Okay, so the first phase is really simple. All you do is like a web strikes, and then like he will go into another phase where you will do web strikes again, and then like there's some last phase where you'll be webbing up his legs, which allows him to like fall over and such. Like this fight is pretty simple since it's like the first boss fight of the game. It makes sense that it's simple, you know, right? Like it's the beginner fight. There really isn't much to say about it, but I decided to make it interesting by adding new music, which is Rules of Nature from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I think that I don't have to tell you on why I chose this track. Because like the boss fight is literally just Metal Gear Ray. There's literally nothing like different about it. Like this game as a whole just feels like way too Metal Gear Rising inspired with all these like mech boss fights. There being like two of them. This one and there's another one like that looks like a snake, which is also badass. But like this fight is like just so much fun because of how simple it is. Like everyone can probably know that in this fight, but if they're like good enough at the game, which is why I was able to do so very quickly. Like I also love the fucking scene where he just like starts punching the eyeball. It's just like so fucking cool. Like he's dodging and he's punching it. Fuck, that was a nice burp. I just love it. It's like so badass. Like there's also that, and then like the legs are like starting, like the generators are starting to work, and then like, oh, you're like, oh shit. Okay, so let me tell you this. After the leg portion, this fight has like an automatic checkpoint. So instead of doing it all in one take, I decided to edit the videos into one singular bunch, which doesn't affect the gameplay all that much. So I hope you don't mind, fellas. I mean, I think you wouldn't, since I think y'all understand that these take a lot of time, so I would appreciate the, I would appreciate it if y'all understood and, like, respected what I did for that. And then here comes the finisher, I think, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the finisher. The finisher is really cool. It's, like, really Metal Gear Rising-esque, like last time, as I mentioned. What do you mean by last time? What am I talking about? Like, as I said before. That's the correct word I was looking for. Here comes the rocket, and then boom. He's done for. Okay, so here is the first Rhino fight, which is pretty simple. Also, so to do this fight and another fight later on in this video, I had to make a new game, like a new save file, because you can't play these fights in the replay mode, which is pretty stupid. Like, which is the reason why this video probably took more than it did, like more long than it did to produce and make. Like, this fight and another fight were the reason why it took so long. Like, because of how I had to fucking replay the entire game just to reach to them. Thank God they were in the, like, end of the fucking game, but, like, they were pretty close, since they were around, like, one of them is, like, the Rhino was in the starting section, but, like, the other one is at, like, the halfway point, which can be pretty struggling to get through, despite how short this game is. And please consider that I'm playing it on, like, the hardest difficulty, so there's that as well. Also, let's talk about why I chose Witness Protection from Killing Floor 1. Because it sounds cool and it gives you the feeling that you're fighting a big beast. I'm gonna be using a lot of Killing Floor 1 soundtracks and Metal Gear Rising ones, because I think it just fits this whole game for some reason, because they both have outbreaks, they both have weird mutant creatures, or at least that, like, Killing Floor has zombies, but still. Also, here's both of the Vermin fights, like the rat dude. He's like that one Spider-Man villain that probably like 10 people remember. And like the developers of this game somehow just fucking realized, oh yeah, he exists. Let's add him to our game. People will be happy, probably. Like, he's pretty simple. He dies way too easily. I wish, like, he had more of a presence, or at least, like, more of a, you know, tough fight. Because, like, he dies very easily. Like, way too easily, in fact. Like, these both attempts are, like, so short, so I just decided to make it so that they have one singular combined song. Combined, yeah. Yes, after. And the song I chose is an ambience track from Killing Floor 1 called Neurotoxin, which fits because Spider-Man is fighting the Vermin, so he can take a blood sample out of him. Yep, you heard me. So I guess it makes sense, because blood vials, you know. Okay, so here's the most annoying fight in the entire game. Or at least the first version of it. The Hunters. The Hunters are basically open world enemies, but you can fight them in a chapter. Like their introduction is made through this intro. Not intro, like their first fight is in this section of the chapter, or at least like the story. So in this first version, you fight one singular hunter, and then two other hunters appear, which make the thing way harder than it should be. But like when the other two hunters appear, there's like a checkpoint. So I did the same thing as the S01 fight, and I basically made it into one singular video. So if I start at another completely different place, that's why. Like, the tactic for these guys is just luck. Because, like, you really can't predict when they're going to attack, let alone, like, what their attacks are going to be. Like, they're so random and, like, obnoxious to fucking predict. Like, it's just annoying. It's not fun. It's just overall bullshit fight. Like, now that the first one is done, like, the first hunter, there's gonna be two other hunters, and here they come. Like, this phase is a bit easier because there's more than one, and you can like do web strikes a lot more, so you can like abuse iframes and like just overall take care of them quickly, since you're always just going on the line. They're always in front of you. You're never behind them, or like I mean like you're never in front of them, not behind them. Like they're very easy in that sense. Like if there's more than one, but if there's like only one, it's like a lot more annoying because there aren't any other like ways to make it so that you have iframes and such, which can be problematic. And also, if you take care of one, like if you deactivate one of them, you should especially always do the web retreat, like that one thing where it allows you to basically just go back to like a building, or like allows you to perch. You should always do it because it has iframes. It's basically just an escape button. Like I also used it in the S01 fight in the webbing section. Like it's way too overpowered, which is why they got rid of it in the sequel. Let's talk about the song choice, right? Okay, so the song I chose, I think it's it's Dark Skies from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Okay, so let me talk about the thematic choicing of this video. Okay, so every single robot or human character has a Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance theme, while the animals always have Killing Floor 1 themes. Just want you to know. And I feel that it makes a lot more sense that way. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Dark Skies. The reason I wanted to use this one is because it's one of my favorite battle themes from that game, along with the other one that I'll be using later on, which you'll see. Anyways, here is Scorpion, and I used infectious cadever from... Yeah, I can't say the word, I'm a fucking dumbass. Cadever, I think it was. Cadever. Yeah, illiterate fuck. From Killing Floor 1. I really like the raw aesthetic of it, and it's just like intense. And it fits this fight, because this fight is really intense. With a lot of back and forth. Especially with you and Scorpion. And his attacks are requiring you to always be always on, Fuck! Can't speak! I fucking can't speak! Always be on, like, the lookout for when to dodge, when to web retreat, when to web strike, and when to web rush, you know? I sound like a fucking dumbass right now, don't I? I bet you're laughing your ass off watching this video. Also, here's a cool-ass finisher. I fucking love it. It's just like a... Like, I don't know why, but these games had this, like, style. Like, they were so fucking wild. Like, this and the second one. You remember that face bomb? Like, that dive bomb that Spider-Man did towards Electro in the second game? Yeah, like, it reminds me a lot of that. Anyways, here's the second, what's his name? Esso's second kaiju robot thingamajig Metal Gear fight, which is SO2, which is designed after a snake. So for the first phase, you have to basically web him up. Like you have to web up his generator or turbine or whatever. Do web retreat when he's gonna fire his laser. Just continue mashing the, you know, webbing button until you can get him like in a vulnerable state. Which then he will appear out of the ground. Then you will press dodge and then web strike at the right time. There's no way of missing from what I know, so you really can't miss it. And then this happens for another time, and then we move on to this next phase. So let's talk about the song I chose, which is Hot Wind Blowing from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. The reason I chose it is because it's just a cool song. There really isn't a reason. Most of these songs I chose because they're like fucking, they sound cool. That's it. There really isn't like much thematic meaning behind it. I'm no like story writer. I mean I am, but I don't want to talk about it. Anyways. So what else is there to talk about? His second phase we'll get to in a few. But like aside from that, I want to talk about how I'm so happy that we reached 300 subscribers, which is pretty cool. We're growing each day. We're slowly maybe gonna make it to like 1K, maybe. Who knows when? I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Also, I love this scene because it shows how much of a people's person Spider-Man is by saving this news, by saving Whitney Chang. It's like it adds more cinematic flair to the fight, you know. It's awesome. Also, this scene's awesome. He's just like Spider-Man, like web zipping, and then like the snake crashes into the building, and then like they meet back at the rooftop, and it's like so fucking badass. No, like it's so cool. Also, here's the second phase, in which you have to dodge these tentacle attacks, and then in the second phase there's a laser, and then in the third phase it will do a mix of random attacks. Depending on your RNG, it can be the easy one, which is the laser, or the shitty tentacles that are faster than like last time, like the first section of the second phase. Anyways, let's talk about some other shit. What else? What are we talking about? Oh yeah, gym. I recently started to do a non-full body workout, you know, like, there's like leg day, arm day, you know. I started to do those, and it's really good, and it's going really good so far, and I'm really proud of myself. And like, it's actually like, you know, a lot more progressive. I feel like I made a lot of progress just by doing those instead of like a full body workout. And like, let me tell you this, I fucking love leg day. It's like just so much fun. For some reason, like it's the only workout day that I basically go, yes, let's go, it's fucking leg day, and then I just proceed to do like a leg press with like 120 kilograms, and then like okay, so like the funnier part is that I'm talking about this in a fucking no damage video. Man, wow, truly. Okay, so this NQG section is pretty cool. Like you're holding on to this antenna, like you're slowly crawling towards it, and then like and then like the fucking antenna pops, and then it goes right into the mouth of the fucking snake. Like it just cuts off and just like impales the fucking snake in the face. And like I love this fucking JoJo pose that Spider-Man is doing at the end. Anyways, here's the second Scorpion fight. Oh, this fight sucks! Or at least sucked when I did it first time. But like I later on found out on a tactic that I saw other YouTubers do. There isn't really an exact YouTuber that I would be able to credit, since there are a good bunch of normal runs of this game. And funnily enough, there hasn't been a one singular all bosses no damage video. There's just been like all bosses like normal video, and then like there's been a full-on no damage of the game, but like only 2 people have done it. And the only person that I would like consider crediting is the Godfather Dictator, who's a Ninja Gaiden player that no damaged this entire game from start to finish on a new game save file. Not New Game Plus, New Game. Which is a lot more impressive than it sounds. Also, this was the second fight that I was talking about when I said that I had to make a new game save file. Like, they could have easily added this fight and the Rhino fight into like the replay mission mode, so it can be like a bootleg New Game Plus thingy. But they didn't. It's like so stupid. Why? Like, what's the fucking point? Like, the thing that pisses me off is that like the side missions are in there, but like 2 boss fights are fucking missing. What the fuck? What were they thinking? What the fuck were they thinking? You fucking lunatics? Come on, guys. I know you're better than this. It's Beanox, for fuck's sake. They made like good games like Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time. That's it. And this one maybe, if you consider the second one into like perspective. Like the second one is a bit ass, but like this game is actually really good, and it stands out as a pretty okay Arkham clone, if you ask me. Like the game has like better bosses than Asylum and maybe City combined. Like it takes the Arkham Origins route of boss making. Also, I use the same songs for characters that appear like for the second time. So I used Infectious Cadever on the first Scorpion fight, and I'm gonna use it again. Anyways, here's I'm on the go. I'm on the blow. Black Cat. Here's the funny latex woman that makes me. I'm about to blow. I'm about to blow. Anyways, what is there to say about this fight? You just web her up, just beat her up. That's it. We web her up, do a web strike, do some combos, and then that's it. He also does like a hide and seek thing, where you will, where he will stand behind a pillar and you will go behind her and then do a web strike on her to continue the loop. It's a really simple fucking fight, man. There really isn't anything to say about it. But what can I say about it is that Black Cat's voice and like Black Cat is so fucking hot, man. I wish Black Cat was real. God damn it, man. I fucking hate the world we live in. God damn it. I wish Black Cat was real. I truly wish that Black Cat was real, man. I'm gonna like cry a fucking river right now. Also, the reason I chose this song from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is because a woman sings it, and she's a human, so it fits like the whole motif I'm going with. So yeah, that's about it. There really isn't much else to say about this fight. Also, since this fight is considered a side mission boss, even though it's mandatory in the story, but like the way you access it is through a side mission marker. So basically, I decided to include the other 2 side mission bosses, starting off with Rhino. And here is Rhino. I used the same song as last time, which is Witness Protection. this fight is a lot more similar to his fight from, I think it was either Amazing Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1 or Amazing Spider-Man Enter Electro on the PlayStation 1. It had to be one of those two games, because I actually never played the original PlayStation 1 Spider-Man games, which I kind of want to try, because they look pretty nice and, like, enjoyable. And apparently the original first Sam Raimi game was basically a mesh code reskin of the original game. And also, I think, the game just bugs out for a second. And I'm just staring at Rhino. Look at this. I'm doing a fucking dodge. Wow. This is what you get when you make a game with like $100 instead of $10, like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's a bit more polished, but there's some rough around the edges, so... Like, I mean, I don't excuse them. Like, they probably made this game in such a short time. I wouldn't blame them. And I would totally fucking understand why it's this way. Like, I'm guessing this game was a pain to fucking make because of how much of a deadline there was. Like, the concept art shows how much potential they want, how further they wanted to go, but like, they probably weren't able to because of like timing and scheduling and all that other bullshit or whatever the fuck it is. Like all the capitalist crypto mumbo jumbo, you know, the usual lunch for most of us people. Okay, and then I'm gonna do like, okay, I actually didn't talk about what this fight was about. You basically, like, make him charge through some walls, and then you, like, electric, like, you web them up, and then, like, the electric is going through. So, like, when the Rhino goes through it, he will get shocked, and you do a web strike, and, like, to slow him down, you shoot webs. Here's the first best boss fight of the game. Iguana, who's a very not underrated, but like underused Spider-Man villain, which is basically just an iguana. I think the name was very self-explanatory. Like, I actually didn't even know this guy existed before this game, so despite me being a very big comic book fan at least. The fight, it's just like, it's basically Arm Convergence Bane, without like the beatdown sections. It's just like, that's the reason it's so much fun. It's just a simple crowd fight with like a giant boss type character, and it makes the like fight like so much fun. I fucking missed somehow, which is pretty annoying. Okay, so I think this was kill phase, right? I think it was kill phase. I think it was kill phase from Killing Floor 1. And the reason I chose it as last time was because it sounds so fucking cool. Like, it sounds badass, that's it. Or I think it was blooddriven. I don't know, it was one of those two. Well, I think I'll check later on. Wait. Here is the second Hunter fight, or should I say Spider Slayers. Despite the fact that they have, like, no difference, they're called the Spider Slayers now. And the reason I chose the song from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is called A Soul Can't Be Cut, is because it just sounds cool. And it's a robot, so Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance music. Woohoo! So, this fight is a lot more easier though compared to the first one. I don't know if I don't remember if I said that or mentioned it. So like, you do the same thing, it's just like going around, deactivating the Spider Slayers one by one, one by one, one by one. There really isn't much else to say about it. It's just a simple fight. So, let's talk about why I kind of stopped making Transformers Devastation content. Okay, so the reason I stopped is because I kind of got sick of the game since I've been playing it for 5 fucking years. Like, outside of making YouTube, I had been playing that game a lot casually. And it kind of started to, like, take a toll on me, because whenever I would make, like, a Devastation video, as cool as it was, I didn't enjoy making that video, because it felt, like, forced and, you know, it felt like I forced myself to make the video, which is why I kind of just said, I just said, okay, I'm just gonna stop now. Like, there's no point in forcing myself to play a game that I don't want to, since this whole channel as a whole is a passion project, you know? Like, I don't get any money from this, or like, any sort of gain. I just do it because I have like too much time on my hands. And I mostly enjoy video games, I guess. So, my ears are ringing to the sound. Oh fuck. My throat hurts from all the talking. Motherfucker. Jesus. Okay, so what fight do we have next? Alistair Smythe. Yes, Alistair Smythe. Alistair Smythe. Oh boy. This fight sucks. There's like a section before this that I wanted to include, but I felt that it would just bloat the video out for no reason, so I decided not to include it. This fight, the first phase is okay, the second phase is manageable, but the third phase is hell. The attacks are like so annoying to dodge, because you would think that you would use the dodge button since it would like have iframes, right? No. So you have to jump and like walk. The dodge button is worth nothing in this fight, despite the fact that you thinking that the dodging the attack would be like the best option possible, which is very weird. I guess they wanted to like change the status quo for this fight, but I kind of feel that they might have like done something else that was a lot more different than whatever the fuck this was, which is basically just running around in the circle, webbing him up, and then watching the badass lizard just pop a fucking arm off his like suit of armor. I chose Collective Consciousness from Metal Gear Rising because I felt that it fits Smythe, because he was a fucking lunatic like Armstrong, which I feel is the reason, like, it makes sense. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I swear, I kind of want to like do an autism test to see if I'm autistic or fucking not. Because like the way I fucking started pisses me off. Like I want like headbutt a wall. Also, this end section is pretty cool. Like just throw out fucking Smythe when he's like an elderly man running out of like a wheelchair. Okay, so here's the second best fight, which is Nattie, a character that is original to this game. Yeah, they made an original fucking character. I think this was like one of the smaller main story characters that didn't have like a model in the game. Like they basically turn into this monster, which is pretty cool. And like the design is very scary and nice. I really like the fucking dark blue and like the blue eyes and the red like details and such. But I feel that the henchmen are way too bright. Like way too bright. It's like too much of a bright blue, but I don't know. If it's like if piranhas have like a what's his name? Like a skin color like this one, then okay, then I would understand. Okay, so what else can I say about this one? It's a lot like Bane from Arkham Origins again. But like, it's again, it actually has a gimmick, like similar to the beatdown mechanic with Bane. You have to turn down these vials, or at least like make it so that you basically turn the fucking like screw or whatever. Not a screw, but like the lever. Yeah, the lever. Why did I fucking forget the word lever? It pisses me off. Like you just like, as I said, you just spin it and then like the water goes away. But like the water then reappears and you have to do it again and again and again. But like the thing is, you sadly can't like continue a full-on combo string because of this reason, which can be annoying. But it's like still a really fun and good fight. And like there really isn't much anything else to say about it. Like I just like hit him a few more times and like I do another cool finisher and then like I can see why people say that the bosses in this game are repetitive compared to the second one. But like the bosses in this game are a lot more fun compared to the second one. Because the second one was like even more mashy compared to this one. Like, Carnage was so bad. But you want to know something? The Lizard is like an amazing fight. It's really good. The final boss is actually fucking good? Can you believe what I'm saying? Can you fucking believe what I'm saying? Like, I actually can't believe that, like, what I'm fucking saying. It's actually good. Which is, like, pretty shocking. And that's, like, the best part about it in my eyes. So, I decided to choose a boss theme that was worthy of such a good fight. And I decided to use Abandoned version 3 from Soundtrack for the Apocalypse, or Killing Floor 1, as it's known. I decided to use this song because I feel that the Patriarch and the Lizard are very similar, as in they're both like the big bad, they're big giant men, monster men, that like have like a lot of lizard people friends, and call them their children, and want to like turn the rest of the world into his children and shit, you know? Like basically scientist people who have gone mad and weird. Like, I really like the lizard design in the original Amazing Spider-Man, like the movie. I don't know why, but it was like a really good live-action design for some reason. I think it was like the only thing it needed more was a lab coat. I feel that the lab coat would have been like the best part. Like, it should have been there, like always, all the time. Like, there are some scenes where he uses it, but like, I wish that he had it all the time. Anyways, here's a walking section of just us slowly walking with like awesome riffs playing in the background, which is pretty funny. Also, there are like the henchmen guys that Nattie had in this fight, and they're like crowding towards us and they're cheering us, which is pretty cool. We're walking, and then like, when we reach the end point, some zombies are gonna appear, and then the lizard is gonna be and then he's gonna fucking, yeah, here he goes. He's gonna like take us and then fucking fling us at the fucking ring like we're a piece of crap. Like he's like a monkey throwing his shit at people, which is pretty funny. And then here's the second phase of the fight, which is basically like you web him up, you do like 3 hits, and then you dodge 3 attacks of his own after he blocks. And then you do the same thing over and over and over, and then you do the same thing again. And then you mash the fucking attack button so you can put the antidote in. And then you do a web brush, you web him up again. And then you do the same thing, and then you just end the fight, that's about it. Like, overall, I feel that this game was a lot better compared to the second one. I kind of wish it had like a challenge mode similar to Arkham games, which is the main thing that it misses in my opinion. Like, I would have loved to no damage this game and do challenge runs similar to Arkham City and Origins. Like those videos are really fun to make, and I would have fucking loved to make a video about those, like, about this game, if it were to have them. Like, yeah, that's about it. But before I go, I would like to talk about some stuff. This is probably going to be released when after my 2-week break that I'll be taking because of exams. So, hi, this is past after. This is pre-exam after. So, we'll see what happens when that happens. Aside from that, I am going to ask you a question. Do you want me to make a no damage video on a game where I do all the bosses, but it's the game that you as the viewer choose? So, well, you're in the lucky place. I will be doing a poll on which game you guys want to see the most. I have made a list of games. There's around 6 or 7 of them. I will give you the games, and you will choose the one you like. And I will do that game as the next All Bosses video. So, we'll see. Let's see what you guys want. Like, I recently, after unlocking the community tab, I have been, like, more interested in doing things that you guys want the most. instead of me doing random stuff and you going, wow, after, that's so cool. But, like, I want you guys to be invested more since it's something that you, as the viewer, wanted. So, yeah. I hope you all look forward to that. And I guess there's nothing else to say. This was After, and I am signing out. This was all the boss fights in the Amazing Spider-Man 1, no damage on superhero difficulty. Thanks for watching. See y'all.